What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Well, everybody's starting to change tune about Sui recently. We're starting to notice all of the comments, all of the tweets, all of the posts just saying, look, Sui's dead, Sui's boring, it's not coming back, everything's pumping, but it's not, dead coin, scam coin, dump coin, blah, 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 blah. And of course, with all of that in mind, I was like, you know what, why don't I just give my quick thoughts about what we're seeing from Sui right now? We talk about it, 4, 5, 6 times a week, but let me give more of a macro vision of what I'm seeing from Sui, and then we'll talk a little bit about what's happening more in the shorter time frames. Okay, so today we're going to be covering, okay, what's going on? Is it dead? Is it not doing anything? Like, is it actually not doing anything, or are people being emotional? So let's talk about that today, guys. Okay, let's not waste any more time. Let's get into it. Now, don't forget, if you do want to trade Sui, Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, Pepe, SHIB, all those good boys on up to 500x leverage, although I highly recommend you do not go all the way up to 500x leverage, you can check out that BTCC link down below. Guys, if you specifically sign up with my link down below, they're going to give you a 10% bonus on first-time deposits between $500 and $100,000. This means if you deposit, say, $3,000, they're going to give you $300 on the spot to start trading with. You turn that $300 into, saying, $1,000, all that profit that you just made, $700, that's yours, no strings attached. You can withdraw it, spend it, reinvest it, do whatever you want with it. Doesn't matter, it's all on you. And so with that in mind, I think it's a crazy deal, quite frankly. I do about 50% of my trading on BTCC these days, so I do think you'll really like the platform. So go check that out down below. Go get that bonus. Let me know what you think when you do some trading. Okay, so looking at BTCC, okay, or no, not BTCC, looking at Sui. Okay, before we talk about what's happening in the shorter term time frames, okay, because that is where I want to go. Okay, before we talk about what we're talking about here in the shorter time frames, let's talk a little bit, okay, about what in the world is going on here with the price, because I think that's what everyone's so curious about. What's going on? Is it doing anything? Why is the price not moving? Why is it a scam coin? All these things. One, fundamentally, people do believe that due to the fact that the total supply is going to have an unlock this month, that the price is going to dump. What I've come to recognize is when everyone thinks one thing is going to happen, oftentimes it doesn't. Another thing that I've come to realize is that these things don't always move as you expect it's going to move. What we, of course, knew with FTX and the Solana situation, for example, is that FTX held a significant portion of Solana's supply, and that once that supply did unlock, well, Solana's price had to dump, right? It had to go down. Wrong. What happened was all of those people who had those unlocks, they sold it OTC to someone else for a discount. So they didn't wreck the price. You know why? Because these are people who support the price. They support the project. They like Sui. They don't want to dump Sui, right? And so as a result of that, why would they try to kill the chart when there's so many OTC opportunities that are out there? And if you don't think there's OTC opportunities for Sui, you're crazy. And so because of that, obviously, it doesn't mean that, sure, the supply unlocking might pull the price down. It might. Maybe it dumps and maybe I'm wrong. But what I've come to recognize is when everyone's screaming, and all the emotional people are saying one thing's going to happen, oftentimes it doesn't happen that way. Now, another thing that's happening from more of a macro sense is people are forgetting what's actually been going on. People are forgetting the fact that in a moment like this, just because we've been going sideways doesn't erase what Sui has done the whole year, the last 7 months, 8 months. You're in a bull market when something can go sideways for 2 weeks and then everybody starts calling it a scam. You want me to show you what that means, right? Because you see all these people and they're like Sui's dead, Sui's a scam, blah, 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 blah. Let me show you something crazy. So I want you to sit back and think, what's one coin that everybody's talking about is amazing right now? Just pick one. XRP. Okay, let's just go with XRP. Okay, let me do a little thought experiment here with you. Watch this. What we're gonna do, we're gonna go up here. We're gonna press add. We're gonna go to XRP, and we're gonna add an XRP here. Okay. Now, what you're gonna see is a pink line. This is how XRP has performed on a percentage gain basis. And the chart, of course, these little candles, this is Sui. So what you may notice is, oh, wow, well, the last month, hey, XRP's been killing Sui, right? Okay, yeah. Now let's zoom out a little. This is the last 3 months. This is this year. This is Sui. This is XRP. Now, of course, you would expect this, obviously. Anyone who knows anything knows that, obviously, Sui was coming into the top 10. XRP was already in the top 10. Sui's obviously going to generate more returns. Right, I agree. So I'm glad you and I agree. So whenever we're in a situation where you see just a little moment where although Sui's been outperforming it the entire year, and it's putting in hundreds, if not thousands of percentages in gains, and it just goes into a bit of a cool down while this other thing that didn't do anything the entire year just starts making gains, does not make this one a scam and this one what's hot. It makes you emotional. You know what I mean? And so whenever you hear, and look, just for the sake of the fact that I kind of like arguing sometimes, let's just do ADA as well, because ADA is another one. Look, it's the same thing. And you can pick whatever you want. I mean, people are finally stopped calling Solana a scam. Let's look at Solana. Look, very similar. I mean, even recently, very, very, very similar. Very similar. And so Sui is not getting, it's not a scam, it's not a dead coin, it's nothing. It's performing very similarly to everything else. It pumps sooner, therefore it's going to take breaks sooner. It's just what happens. And so first and foremost, major point of this video is everybody who thinks that Sui's dead because it's not done anything for a week is not looking at the big picture. Things can not only go up. Of course, we're going to see liquidity cycles. People are going to take their money from Sui and put it in other things. A lot of people funneled money from Sui to ADA. Good, cool, fine. Doesn't matter to me. That's what happens. And so it doesn't make it a scam coin just because it's relaxed. Okay, I digress. Now, and in bull markets, you'll notice I kind of get like this every now and then where I'm just like, hey, everybody, hey. Let's calm it down a little bit. We're being a little ridiculous. And I think people got a little ridiculous with Sui. So I just kind of had to set the record straight a bit. Okay. Now, let's talk a little bit about what's going on with the price now. Okay. Let's talk about what's actually going on with Sui's price right now. And why what is happening, although the price is not moving much, what it's doing is very important. Okay. Now, look, I will remind you, I will let you know. If you're somebody in the world of crypto who quite simply is just trying to get better, maybe you're a beginner and this is confusing. You just got here. This is confusing. The technical analysis stuff is confusing. Charting, investing, fundamentals, whatever. Maybe that's confusing. Or maybe you're advanced and you want to start elevating your gain, getting exponential gains with leverage trading or whatever, right? You're just someone in general who wants to get better at this whole crypto thing. Stick around. At the very end of the video, we're going to talk about what's happening over in the Discord server, okay? In the Discord server, there is a ridiculous amount of gains being made because people are just starting to get better. What we're doing in there is ridiculous. I mean, we have insights with Tyler, which are just my thoughts, my insights. We have daily technical analysis reports for people to see and study and learn from, fundamental analysis reports. I've hired 2 professional trading teams that post their buy and sell signals. We have premium classes. We have workshops. We have beginners courses and seminars. We have mini videos for tips and stuff like that. We have a bunch of stuff, okay? So if you're simply someone who's just trying to get better at this whole crypto thing and you want to start making some gains, and I'm just going to scroll through so you can start seeing some of these gains, you can stick around towards the end of the video and we're going to go over how you can get access to the Discord server, okay? So now let's zoom in. Now that I've kind of argued with myself for the last 10 minutes, let's talk about what is going on with Sui's price in the short term, okay? So let's actually go ahead. I don't think my chart is on logarithmic anymore. There we go. So when I look at Sui right now, although its price feels like nothing is happening, it's actually very far from the truth. Because what you'll do is you'll look at it like this, right? Someone will look at it like this and be like, "What? It's not doing anything. It's just been going sideways and a little bit down. I mean, it's been boring, especially right here, right? Especially in this little time frame. Nothing's really happened since the 22nd for 8 days, right? Nothing's really happening here. So it's easy to think that way. But you need to add the context in. The context of what is actually happening is that Sui's price was in a descending channel. We were buying at the bottom of the descending channel. I actually think I posted that in here. Here we go. Let's see. That's Pepe. This is Sui. Yeah. You know, we were buying at the bottom of that descending channel prior to this big old move to the upside, right? We broke out of that descending channel. We came up. We hit our macro resistance zone. We came off that resistance, back tested this channel, flipped this resistance into some support, and are now trying to use that support to either go sideways or to start gradually working our way to our breakout zone, which is again this green line. So what Sui's been doing is actually systematically breaking out of this descending channel. It's been cooling down and had a systematic breakout of that reset zone, and is now trying to finalize the breakout of that reset zone. And so what I'm looking at from Sui right now is actually something extremely bullish. If Sui is going to make it to $4.50 in December, this is how it's going to do it. It's going to need a cool down phase. It's going to need a breakout. It's going to need a back test. It's going to need a strong foundation. It's going to need support, and it's going to need a bullish structure. The bullish structure I'm seeing right now is the cup and handle pattern, just right here, very possibly forming. And as long as Sui's price sits above, for now, $3.36, I believe that's what we're trying to do. I think Sui's going to eventually try to work itself back up towards 366, and if we have the right amount of momentum in the market here, I think there's a good chance we try to break it and try to push upwards. Now, I do suppose that it could go lower, right? I guess it could go for a second back test, and it still would be cup and handle zone. So it doesn't rely solely on 336, but in general, somewhere around this little area, right? In this little area somewhere, we're going to need to find support and try to push back upwards. And it doesn't guarantee, of course, right now. There's no way of knowing what's going to happen with Sui'S price right now. And that's not really the point of the video. The next video I'll make on it tomorrow, we'll talk a little bit more in depth about what we're expecting to happen. But the primary focus is just to tell you, as Sui'S is quote unquote not doing anything, we're seeing it actually building up the support, building the foundation, systematically breaking out of this channel that it would then need to use to break towards the upside and open up that door upwards. Because if I'm right, and we do create some sort of, say, cup and handle pattern here, the easiest thing you can do is take the distance from the top of the cup all the way down to the bottom of the cup, and this is actually going to give you your breakout target. Let's align that. There we go. Boom. Now this gives you your breakout target to the upside. This means that if we are correct and we do see Sui'S execute on that breakout, we're looking at a Sui'S price trying to push up towards $4.52, which isn't all that surprising because if we do our Fibonacci swing low to swing high, well, guess what? That perfectly aligns with the 1.618 Fibonacci extension. And so in a moment like this, all of the signs are pointing to the fact that Sui'S easily might be building up the move that we need and building up the structure that's needed to get up towards $4 and $4.50. And all we need to do is be patient. That's something that a lot of people have lost the last week or so. We got that one huge pump and now everybody's screaming that anything's dead that's not moving another 20% this week. You just need to be patient. And you need to understand that in moments like this, it's systematic. This isn't just random stuff. These aren't just random lines on a chart that you're looking at. This is systematic price movement on a crypto that is billions of dollars in market cap. So of course it's going to take some time. Of course it's going to take a few moments, but that's okay. That's what you should see. That's what you should expect. And so with that in mind, the primary focus again of this video is to let you know, look, from a grand scheme of things, from a macro perspective, Sui'S has been outperforming all year. If it's going to take a week or two to cool down, that's what it's going to do. It doesn't make it a scam. And the second thing is in the short term, even when it feels like it's not doing anything, we're building up a systematic breakout of a structure that gets us up to $4.50, and we just need to be patient. And so with that said, obviously, I will continue to cover Sui'S as the days go by. But before we wrap up this video, let me again tell you a little bit about what's happening over in the Discord server, because again, what we're seeing there has been absolutely insane. So if you want access to the Discord server, what you're going to need to do, you're going to need to go down to the Patreon link down below, and you got two options. One's $5 a month, one's $17 a month. Both extremely affordable, at least in my opinion. Now, when you go and you sign up, you're going to get access to the Discord server, which is going to come with a bunch of value already. You're going to get Insights with Tyler, which gives you my thoughts and my insights about things. Sometimes I even tell them whenever I do some buying. I did a little bit of buying on Sui'S yesterday. I told them about. Bought this meme coin that ended up going up like 40 or 50%. It's corrected since then, but that one did really well. Had some purchases here. 7-minute long message talking about my current buying strategy throughout the bull market. A couple of the cryptos I bought. And you can feel free to pause it and read some of my thoughts and insights so you can get an idea of what you'll get in here. Technical analysis gets posted every single day for you to learn from and study from. Same thing with daily fundamental analysis. I've hired 2 professional trade teams that give their buy and sell signals every single day. These are people who live off of trading and they're giving us exclusively their buy and sell signals, which is so cool. The Pro Trade Team 2 and Pro Trade Team 1 both work for reputable exchanges, so they have really strong teams. We have premium classes, so these are going to be more high level advanced classes for premium members where we talk about things like the Fibonacci's, for example, my favorite tool. I gave them a 20-minute video and all of my notes on that as well. We had this 5 keys to bull market investing. This is like a 25-minute video with all of the notes there as well. We have beginners courses. I have the first one released already. This is technical analysis for beginners. It's a 25-minute video, 17-page PDF, and 2 cheat sheets that come along with it to help you learn TA. On top of that, I have 4 more of these releasing. Fundamental analysis, leverage trading, altcoin investing, and meme coin investing are releasing over the coming weeks. There's Tyler tips, which are like these small 2 to 3 minute long videos that just go over random stuff like setting up the Fibonacci settings, websites I like to use, a tour around TradingView, just stuff like that, right? And then of course the community. The community's been absolutely going insane. I mean, I scrolled through it earlier. This community is only 2 weeks old and you can see the absolute sheer volume of gains that have been getting generated. And I'm not going to say it's all just because of us or the pro traders or whoever, but we're obviously contributing, and a lot of the growth that we are seeing is because of the value that's being provided here, guys. For $5 or $17 a month, I think this is one of the most valuable platforms in crypto. Maybe I'm biased because it is my own platform, but hey, the proof is in the pudding. And so feel free to go check that out down below. Let me know what you think. It is the Tyler Hill Crypto Vault Patreon if you do want to go give that a look down below. But overall, don't forget, if you are more advanced and you want to go get that 10% bonus on first time deposits between $500 and $100,000, that's not going to last forever. So go take advantage of that if you do want to do some trading yourself. And don't forget to just keep a good eye on Sui'S. In the next video, I'm going to explain to you exactly what to be on the lookout for next, why we need to be focused on 366, and what that could mean for Sui'S potential and its future. So do stay tuned for that video tomorrow. And of course, I hope you guys did enjoy today's one. But of course, if you guys did, let me know by smashing that like button, subscribing to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you all next time. Peace out, everybody.